This is a journal entry in February of 2022, and I've now been able to correlate, because my mom wasn't being complete with me, one of the likely contenders as to factors which have been hurting my testicles by some potent combination of forces. By some potent combination of forces related to a subject that includes more than one person, but it's distinct. My sister has actually just called, that's why I'm in here. There's no way to prove it, but I can feel my body picks up on everything. And you can bet, as a man, I've always said this, if your testicles hurt, something is wrong. But today was also loose medicine. So my mom said she was meeting my sister today, but she didn't tell me till today, because she always leaves out critical information about my sister and her life. Is that my sister actually came to the island yesterday. She's already here. I remember being out today. My mom said she was meeting her about 1 or 2, thinking, my sister's already here. My sister's already here. I can feel it. And now I had a little bit of testicle issue today, and then I had panic attacks. And my panic attack started yesterday. I said to my mom, wow, I had like a panic attack during the day. To see what my mom's reaction was, because I have more panic attacks when my sister is talking to my mom about me in a certain way. So now that I can correlate this information, now I can protect myself better, but also enjoy the protective systems I already have. I might even go for a little walk this evening. It's an unholy alliance, and I have to generate some money and have to get out of this situation hopefully this year. That's a big, big way. Trust the medicine cards, trust nature, and wish my mom well, my dad well, and my family well, but definitely have a more secure position in life. If my body, this is a new one for me, because my sister can make me sick, my mom can make me sick, and it's tested me at so many levels. And this is the first time in 3 or 4 years that it's tested my testicles. Testicles. And if you can feel something like that, because someone is in your life or connected to someone you know, as a man, I've learned to take that very seriously. 1 year before a man I knew quite well passed away from ALS, he was living with a certain woman, and he claimed his testicles were in pain all the time, and the doctors couldn't figure out why. So your body is the instrument. Your body is telling you something. No, I'm going to take that information. I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow and walk it out, see how I feel, see how I sleep. I'm tired of being afraid, but when women gang up on men in any way, when there's disintegrating factors, alcoholism, disintegrating systems, it's hard for me, because my mom is my only family, to imagine that you just have chosen, or you've made a bad choice, that the people around you, however simple or strange your my life may seem to someone else, could be lethal to you. Whether you like it or not, that the way people's brains are wired, human animals can't always preserve the health of other animals whom they claim to care about. for complicated reasons of survival related to maybe a mother and a daughter. So my mom didn't tell me that my sister had probably come here yesterday and stayed last night, which might explain why there's been a weird feeling in the air. Because why does my mom always have to lie? In fact, I had a conversation with her about telling me the truth one day. I said, please just tell me the truth. And she still managed to omit critical information about my sister's visit. And she'll say, I'm doing it to protect you. You told me you don't want to hear about things. I say, Mom, I always want to hear if Lindsay's visiting and when she's visiting. Over the last few years, she's claimed to visit or want to visit dozens of times. And every time my mom seems to and ah or commit me to certain things without talking to me. And it's always eliminating me. And it's hard to imagine if you're on the receiving end. It might be easier to imagine being on the sending part of it, that people being dismissed. Dismissed. Like, you're a person. You're somebody. Hey, do you know I'm somebody? And before my mom returned, I had experience I had with different people that have come into my home over the years, that no matter what art, what altars I have around, what simple little tokens play around the house, they're not very good anthropologists or friends, and they never figure out who I am. They never help me figure out who I am. When I say that people need to recognize you for who you are, to be somebody, think, hey, this is who I am, please recognize who I am. Every shape and form that I should find suitably satisfying to my personal sense and what I'm doing in the world. Lots of white people say, oh, I'm this person doing this. It takes something, even if it's simple enough from the person in your home or your life, that if it's honest and it's interested in you, it's going to build on a growing sense of how you might like to think of yourself as a nice artist, or whose art, in and of its own self, though connected to you, says something, means something, that you might have made a painting and put it on an altar, or written something and put it on an altar. It lives somewhere in such a manner, and a lot by yourself, or in retreat. And when people come to your house, you don't expect them to fawn over every wonderful sacred thing about life, which is also vulnerable and full of pain and growth and healing, right, and searching, but at least not to dismiss or defile anything about you. I don't walk into your home and piss on your couch. I don't walk into your home and kick an altar full of little sticks you've built up. I make sure to tread carefully. One, because I don't know your place. And I've had hippies and young people crash my homes in places I've had, and it's like they don't even see me. In so much as your house is an expression of yourself, no matter where it is. If you went to any domicile in the world, from a cave to anywhere else, it would bear some resemblance, some credible relationship in the realm of information, either scientifically or personally useful to you or the world or anything. That's how you dignify someone, that it is their place, and it says something about how they live. And I've had white people who've had the benefit of Western education come into simply laid out homes, and they can do nothing but criticize me. They can do nothing but ignore everything important about it. Everything important, and dishonor it in every possible way. Like it's not even there. And you could sort of think about, in some very small sense, how a native tribe of people could meet some white visitors and feel like the white people do not see them. Do not see them, like they're blind, and they walk around knocking them over like drunk people. What do you see? What do you see when you go into a forest? What do you see when you go into someone's home? What do you see when you go somewhere new? What do you see when you go into someone's territory? Right? And the interesting thing about a strange person that I went to in the forest, and what I know about him and his people, is that they go into public places, and that's their territory. And whatever you're learning about that forest or that natural place, you need to honor about them and who they are and how that relates to that place, because that is theirs. And it's for them. And they have a certain authority there. They don't wear a jacket or anything. But there's somebody in a way that's built up by certain types of mythology which they share with other people who are disposed in similarly, strangely, economic ways. And if you don't speak the language, or if you look like someone who's making too avid use of the environment in a way that they have, or you're getting some value at it isn't comprehended by their sense of value, is your sense of value. Or if you liked a public park, how many different kinds of ways could that park be valued? You didn't go through the park and say, I don't important to how I value it. I don't think you value it as much as me, you know, by the way you sit there, and the way you behave, and what you like and what you don't like, and what you say makes you safe, and what you object to about your personal space. Or this is our personal space. You know, we come up to you whenever we want, in any way we want. No, I don't want to be in here anymore. I don't hear anything. Okay, that sounds like they're talking about something. Okay. Yeah, I don't coming into the bathroom, but I don't want to hear it. So my mom lied a few times over, and my balls hurt, and so he kind of just was saying to my mom, you know, just tell me what's going on, you know, just let me know what's going on. Sister tells her to not say anything, and yet my sister knows anything she wants about me. You can be sure. But anything she needs to know about me, my mom tells her. And if I catch my mom telling my sister information, she's like, I'm not going to get between you two. I'm not going to get between you two. It's an alcoholic. She has excuses. I've known a lot of narcissistic women, and they give information away to people that's private and personal to me. And those people have no right to have. And white women, they often seek out and claim to sort of have a in personal things about other people. And it goes along with gossip, how to maintain their territory, collecting and or suggesting things about men that might prove useful. But they don't ever want to be held accountable for anything themselves, ever. Like a woman I saw today, my energy, my aura, I was able to pick up that, you know, if I wanted to understand this woman's attitude to me, you could see her as working for the police. And a white woman that considers the park her area, and she gets to glare at you and decide whether or not you're submissive enough to her on some level. As a woman, she wants this man, you know, this energy that may or may not, this amorphous good or evil male figure, to kind of give her a little rise and not object to the little bit of rise she can get. And if you don't come near her and wander near her gaze in the way she wants, she'll get a rise out of you one way or the other. And what are you doing here, and who are you? You know, all comprehended in a somewhat mischievous, somewhat earnest, somewhat aggressive, an unnecessary amount of eye contact that she's making as I walk up to her. Right? And I meet a lot of people on the paths and the parks where I walk, and you know when something is unusual. You know, it's been built over hundreds of encounters in an environment that really focuses on your senses and your awareness and your ability with body language and eye contact and just an animal way of interacting, animal communication. You can go about your day and meet owls and bears and cougars and birds and nature and wind and sky, and anything that makes you anxious or nervy stands out. So this is basically timing how long my mom's talking to my sister, who has apparently been here for 2 days. My mom led to believe that she today. So my mom is a professional liar. You know, she is a professional liar, and she likes her relationship with my sister. It's up and down, But it's a lot of lying. It's basically a lot of lying. You have to be a liar. My mom has to be a liar, which she doesn't mind being in a relationship with my sister. And she has to preference and advantage my sister's interest in my personal life while restricting as much as possible any personal information about my sister, except to convey on rare occasions that it's probably not necessary. Okay.